Once upon a time, in a faraway land, lived a prince. Hello, everyone. So, how many of you like to listen to stories? Some wonderful, exciting, thrilling, romantic, motivational tales. So, I have brought for you my collection of inspiring stories. And you, watching the story right there, can be a storyteller too. So watch the video right from beginning till the end to see how some of my students are weaving such nice stories. And don't forget to like and subscribe the video.
Hello all, I am Stuti Khan, a student of Ayesha's Academy. Today I am going to represent a story based on some keywords. Hope that you all can enjoy my story. The title of the story I have selected Rags to Riches, and the story is based on the keywords like Jack an orphan, wanders round streets, begging, hungry, catches fish, cooks in open, delicious aroma, man hiking, attracted to it, tastes, gets job, now famous chef. And here I want to mention one thing, as I'm going to describe it as a story, so I have written it using past tense. Now, with the title Rags to Riches, I am going to start my story. My story is like that. Once upon a time in London, a boy of hardly 15 to 16 years used to live in a slum area. His name was Jack and he was an orphan. From his childhood, never he had seen his parents or any of his kids and kins. He used to wander round the streets haphazardly in the daytime especially, and used to beg from people, sometimes used to go from door to door and churches also, and requested people for giving some foods. Seldom he used to cook. Actually, he had not so many cooking utensils or ingredients also. One day, some incident happened that totally changed his life. We can say it was blessing in disguise for Jack. It was during the Christmas celebration time, and people were enjoying their Christmas festival vividly inside their home or their apartments. And we all know during the winter season, especially the months November and December, how much cold there is. And the day was also not exceptional. A heavy snowfall was occurring, and it was just before the Christmas evening. So people did not come outside from their home, and they were enjoying inside their homes or their apartments with their relatives and their friends. For the tremendous cold and snowfall, Jack also couldn't come outside. It was the curse for Jack, because for the whole day he couldn't arrange anything for himself. After some time he became hungry and was thinking what to do, as it was just before the Christmas evening, so all the restaurants and hotels were also closed, so he couldn't beg any foods from there also. After some time he was thinking, how unfortunate I am. While everyone they are celebrating their Christmas with so many delectable foods and special gifts, I don't have anything to eat also. Thinking this, he became very much upset and was praying to God and was crying for some food. Suddenly, he could remember that he had a fishing net and a river was at arm's length. So he thought that to eat something he would catch fishes and would cook. Although, according to London monarchy or London government, without permission catching fish was completely illegal, but his empty stomach forced him to do so. Immediately, he went to the river and caught two fishes. He thought, it will be enough for me today. Hopefully, tomorrow I can arrange some food. Just with the fishes, he went to his shelter and started to cook with his little arrangement in open area. Actually, Jack was a dark horse regarding cooking, but unfortunately, he was also unaware about this. But suddenly, a ray of sunshine came in his life. A man who had a famous restaurant came there for hiking from another part of Europe, and he suddenly smelled that a delectable aroma is coming from somewhere. Actually, he was hiking for a long time, and as that day all the restaurants and hotels were closed, so he couldn't arrange any food for himself. As a result, he was exhausted and little hungry also. So easily, the smell of beautiful aroma started to attract him towards Jack. At last, he reached at Jack's place by following the strong and beautiful aroma and noticed Jack. He was surprised after thinking that how a little boy can cook so nicely with such a delectable aroma. He went to Jack and told him, I am hungry and I can get a delicious aroma from your foods, which drags me here. Could you please offer me some food? Jack was really surprised, but at the same time, he was very much happy after hearing this, because for the first time, he could find such type of praise and respect from any gentleman. Immediately, he offered the person his prepared fish curry. The man, after tasting the food, was so mesmerized that immediately he offered Jack a job in his restaurant. Jack couldn't believe his ear after hearing that, and he was thinking himself on the top of the world. Immediately, with the person, Jack came to the restaurant. The person, that is the owner of the restaurant, appointed Jack as a chef in his restaurant, and Jack was also trying with his full efforts to make the opportunity fruitful. Really, customers became happy after tasting his prepared food, and the fame of the restaurant reached in the prime of the peak within only 2 years. Within only 5 years, Jack became the master chef of the restaurant, and rapidly his fame was spreading like a forest fire from one part to another part of Europe. After few years, he started his own restaurant and became a famous chef throughout the world. I am jubilant to inform here that I have found out two morals of the story. First one is, as per my concern, we all have some hidden talents and we have to realize it. We have to nurture it and we have to motivate ourselves for it. Because opportunity can come anytime and it must come in everybody's life. Those who are successful can work with the opportunities, they can work with their talents, and they can make something so that they can make the opportunity fruitful. As a result, they become successful in their lives. The most important thing is that life itself is a vicious circle of good and bad, positives and negatives. So we shouldn't give up our hopes anytime. We have to just keep patience inside ourselves, and whenever we get the opportunity in our life, we have to just work with it to make it successful. The second one, as per my concern, is sometimes after not getting small things in our lives, we become too much frustrated, upset, and sad. And we used to blame God and used to think that we are in the worst situation of the world. But that's not true because there are many people who are in a worse situation than us. So, when we are going through any bad timing or any negative timing or any tough timing, we have to motivate ourselves like that we are in a better situation than many people who have to struggle only for their dailyhood and their bread and butter. At least this can give us some positive attitude and self confidence, which helps us so that we can easily come out from the negative situation. Last but not the least, I want to express my thanks for all of you for giving your valuable time to listen my story and for giving your kind attention to my story. Thanks again.